Welcome to the Michigan Football Report Rumors Roundup Monday edition presented by Chat Sports. Let's get into it. We've got 12 rumors for you today. Number one, does Michigan have a new offensive coach / analyst? Well, we're giving that one 4 Harbaughs, folks. That is F-A-C-K. It is former Ohio State offensive coordinator Ed Warinner. Warinner is with the Buckeye staff for quite a while, with him on that 2014 national championship team where he was co-offensive coordinator with current Texas head football coach Tom Herman. Got the offensive coordinator role by himself after that. Didn't work out. Fired after the 2016 season. Was with Minnesota in 2017. Now is going to be a Michigan member of the Michigan football staff. Or is he? On to rumor number 2. Is Warinner already looking around with another job? Well, here's what we know. We know that the Titans have a new head football coach, Mike Vrabel, and we're giving this one 2 Harbaugh heads because enough people are talking. Football Scoop put it out there. We're showing this tweet out there that he could be interviewing for the Titans head or offensive line job. If that happens, what does this mean for Michigan? Did Jim Harbaugh just waste time recruiting a member of the former member of Ohio State staff? We will see, but 2 Harbaugh heads on this one. Enough people are talking about it that we're going to say people are talking, but don't have enough information to put it any higher on our patented Harbaugh scale. Let's move on to rumor number 3. All right, rumor number 3 this week. Has Tim Drevno taken the blame for the Michigan offense? We're giving this one 2 Harbaugh heads. So the Wolverine Lounge, Brandon Justice, reported this over the weekend. Now, he is the guy who a couple weeks ago, or last week, also said that Jim Harbaugh had taken blame and said he needed to change things going into 2018 season. Said that he told this to recruit. He is now saying that Drevno got all the offensive linemen together after the Bull loss and said the offensive struggles were his fault. He is refocusing. He wants to make a change for next year. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if this is rampant speculation. Justice thinks he has a hot hand or not, but this is what's out there, folks. People are talking. That's a 2 Harbaugh head. Keep an eye out for this one with Tim Drevno. So what does the Harbaugh heads mean, you must be wondering? People on YouTube love this, so we're going to tell it to you one time during the show. 0 Harbaughs means it's totally false. Fake news. Don't have too many of those today, but I like saying it regardless. If you see 1 Harbaugh head, it's a small shred of truth. Somebody's speculating out there, but not enough to go on any higher on our Harbaugh head scale. If it's a 2 Harbaugh heads, that means people are talking. People with a little credibility are saying this might happen, but it's kind of 50-50 at this point. Can't really put enough of a 3 Harbaugh heads or anything higher behind it because we don't have a good source on it. 3 Harbaugh heads, that means it's pretty likely. 75% this has happened. It's trending in that right direction, folks. And if we give it a 4 Harbaugh head, that means it is F-A-C-K, fact. Jim Harbaugh spells it F-A-C-K. We here at Chat Sports, the Michigan Football Report, spell it F-A-C-K also. Rumor number 4 coming at you. Otis Reese, Michigan's formerly top-rated recruit, now their second top-rated recruit. Is he 100% Michigan? Well, we're going to give that a 2 Harbaugh head. People are going crazy over this photo he put out there on Twitter. He's got to be 100% Michigan, right? He's taking photos in the uniform with a chain hanging out, a look that I love. Well, Michigan does this with every player who comes to the school for a visit, whether they're committed, whether they're not going to come at all. They just want to make sure they get the players in the uniform, get that cool factor, and then send them home with photos. And if they need to use those photos in the future, they can. So don't read too much into this, although I have been told that it seems very likely, like we reported on Friday on the Michigan Football Report, that Reese is going to stick with his commitment to Michigan, but these photos don't really have anything to do with that. They do this with all the recruits. On to rumor number 5. Let's get after it. Does Michigan have a new 2018 cornerback commitment? Well, that is F-A-C-K, fact, folks. This is the one that has happened over the weekend. We have cornerback Vincent Gray. He's a 3-star corner. Looks like he's going to play safety in college, though. Plays wide receiver, plays cornerback in high school. Coming to Michigan. Just got offered about a month ago. Got offered by Oregon this past week. Thought he might be looking there. Comes to Michigan. Commits this weekend. He's a good pickup for this class. He needed a little more depth, especially in the secondary, to fill out this 2018 Michigan football class. That's F-A-C-K. On to rumor number 6. Do we have a transfer offensive lineman visiting this weekend? Well, we told you about this on Friday that this player, Calvin Anderson, was looking at Michigan. Now it is F-A-C-K. He came out and said he is visiting Michigan this weekend, actually. 4 Harbaugh heads on this one. He told Rivals.com he'll be visiting Michigan this weekend. the thing to keep an eye out here, folks, is does he bring his girlfriend, which he's talked about in multiple interviews, and his parents that Jim Harbaugh and Tim Drevno drove to Austin, Texas last week to visit? If he brings either one of those two parties, I think it is pretty likely he commits to Michigan this weekend. If he's rolling solo, I don't know what to think. He might be looking at other schools. It seemed like the girlfriend was a big decision maker in this process. All right, welcome me back on screen, folks. I am James Yoder, the Michigan football insider. Happy to have you along here with me today on the Michigan Football Report Rumors Roundup presented by Chat Sports. We've got 6 more rumors to get into today, so let's get after them now. Does Michigan have a new director of football operations open job? Well, this one popped up over the weekend on umich.com, and this is FACK, folks. This is a fact because Michigan is recruiting for this role. So why is this role open right now? Let me give you the exact details. So Director of Operations Rick Finetti came to Michigan a couple years back from St. Edward's High School in Cleveland, Ohio, where he was a legendary coach. He took a job at Ohio D3 school in Cleveland, John Carroll, this past January. This role sat open for over a year now. So people ask, why would Harbaugh let this role sit open for a year? I can't say on that one, but what I do know is they definitely need some structure and organization around the Michigan football program. Too many things slipped in the last year without a director of ops in the building. That could be the reason why. So if you're looking for a new job, folks, if you want to get a job with Michigan football and Jim Harbaugh, go to umich.edu. Look for this job opening because you can apply all the way to midnight tomorrow. On to the next one. All right, do we have a grad transfer committing to Michigan? Well, this one is FACK fact, folks, because he put it out there on Twitter. We told you about this on Friday. Utah cornerback Casey Hughes, 5th-year transfer, is going to committed to Michigan. He will be on campus soon. Will be on the 2018 team as a active player. He will not have to sit out a year because he's a 5th-year player. Graduating, moving on. He started 11 games for Utah after sitting the bench for the 3 years prior, but got into the starting lineup. Now he's looking to move on. I am told, though, he is not necessarily going to play cornerback in Michigan, and we'll talk about that here in a few seconds. No, with Jim Harbaugh bringing on a few of these grad transfers, I want to know from you. A lot of speculation out there right now. Jim Harbaugh's on the hot seat next year. He may give up on college and go back to the pros. So let me know, will Jim Harbaugh be Michigan's football coach in 3 years? If you think yes, give a like button. If you say no, give an angry face, and then let us know in comments which one it is. Because is it a yes because he's just the guy who wants to be there forever? Is it a no because he gets fired, he moves on, he has a ton of success and moves on? Let us know in comments. Will Jim Harbaugh be Michigan's football coach in 3 years? Like or angry face. On to number 10. Did the nation's #1 player visit Michigan? Well, this one is a for Harbaugh head. This is FACK because absolutely he visited. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. And it's not the player you think it is. It's not Trevor Lawrence. This is the 2020 sophomore year in high school, but he is pretty much the unanimous #1 player out of the state of Maryland. Looking right now like it's going to be an Ohio State-Maryland battle, but to get him on campus, he had to pay his own way. Is a good sign. We know Jim Harbaugh has a lot of success with pulling in #1 players in the country, Rashawn Gary, and this close to Najee Harris, who's starring at Alabama now. Last year, he had the opportunity with Harris. So he came on campus this weekend. He got to meet with Don Brown. He got to meet with Greg Madison, Jim Harbaugh. So this gives Michigan a chance. Keep an eye out for it. I don't expect him to commit anytime soon. So it's 2 years till his official signing day comes about. So Brian Bresee is his name, folks. The name you need to watch in the future, a future potential All-American top NFL draft pick if he stays the top of his class like he has now as a 16-year-old sophomore. On to number 11. Will Michigan be well-repped in the Super Bowl? Well, the Michigan alumni Twitter account put out this tweet that Michigan has 4 players playing in the Super Bowl. So it is FACK fact. Let me read them for you. You can see them there on screen. But of course, we've got everyone's All-American, Mr. Everything, Tom Brady from the Patriots. Also with the Patriots, Alan Branch and David Harris, stars of that 2006 famed Michigan defense. And over on the other side, the Eagles, of course, 2009 All-American Brandon Graham, former first-round draft pick with the Eagles, still on that team, leading the defense against Brady and the Patriots in 2 weeks in Super Bowl 52. All right, on to our last rumor. Are multiple offensive coaches moving on? Well, when the Warinner news came out, folks, this was rampant speculation all over the place. Rivals.com, multiple of their quote-unquote insiders, they're saying it. I'm giving it 2 Harbaugh heads because I don't know if I trust what they say as FACK or if it's pretty likely it's going to happen. We're going to give this a 2 Harbaugh head because people are talking. Warinner and Dan Enos, could that be your new offensive coordinator / wide receivers coach, aka passing game coordinator? Is Warinner going to be the new offensive line coach? We know Greg Fry has moved on to Florida State, and the running game coordinator if they want to give him an elated title. He has that title with Minnesota, had that title with Minnesota in 2017, so we will see. I'm giving this one 2 Harbaugh heads. I've seen enough speculation that this is a signal that Harbaugh's ready to make drastic changes in the offensive side of the ball, but nothing to really hang our hat on just yet. All right, what to tell everyone about the Michigan Football Report podcast. You can get it only on the iPhone video form, so you get to watch me, watch Lena Bond every week. We're doing it 3 times a week now, folks. You can get it on Facebook Live, on YouTube, of course. We got a lot of people watching this on YouTube, and on the podcast app. Take it with you anytime, wherever you go, and you can have the Michigan Football Report then. I am James T. Yoder, folks, the Michigan Football Insider. Follow me on Twitter. I'm going to get back on my Twitter game soon. We will see you back on Wednesday. That was the Michigan Football Report.